got week 2 of the draft event in NHL 24, including 2 99 overall players that we can create. In this video, we're going to break down the entire event like we always do. Let's get into it. Let's start off by discussing the new Master Set players from the draft event, including the new 99 overall Connor McDavid and Nathan MacKinnon. We've also got 4 new 97 overalls, including Uri Slafkovsky, Eric Johnson, Chris Phillips, and Rick DiPietro, all for week 2. Let's start off with the 97 overall Master Set players, including the 97 Chris Phillips. Now, we are at the end game. This is very close to the final stages of NHL 24. And that being said, Chris Phillips is actually a pretty usable card. Essentially, what we're looking for is as close to 99 skating as you can with good abilities. Chris Phillips got great size. Unfortunately, no skating abilities, but he's 97s across the board. He also comes with gold shutdown as well as quick pick and seeing eye if you want to be a little bit more offensive. At 6'3", 220, that's great size for this stage of the game to go with those attributes and abilities. Really strong option if you're looking for a left-handed defenseman. Another popular one is going to be Uri Slafkovsky, 6'3", 238. He's got sniper, playmaking, and power forward. And again, no skating synergies. 96s across the board. Gold total eclipse, unstoppable force, big tipper, close quarters, and 1T. So clearly a card that they want you to just kind of set up and stand in front of the net, which I'm okay with. Like, this is actually a really cool build of a card. And Slafkovsky's got great size. Skating, 96 is kind of where you will notice going up against 99 still. So it's on like the lowest end of acceptable at this stage, but still a pretty strong option. And it wouldn't be Hut without a Johnson getting a Master Set player item. This time we've got the 97 Eric Johnson, 6'4", 235. This card is a weapon. He gets accelerator boost, getting up to 98 acceleration, still at 96 speed, but potentially one of the best ability combos you can get. Now, it might be better to have a different zone ability, but if you're talking like a big defenseman that is like the perfect in terms of size with heat seeker, edges, quick pick, truculence, and shutdown, that's a fantastic ability combo and makes him one of the better right-handed defensemen in the game if you don't have any of the like, team builders or anything like that. And then lastly, Rick DiPietro. Now, this is always, it's so frustrating to me because I think back to cards like Master Sets of Cujo, for example, and they're just awesome picks for an event. Like, this is a slam dunk awesome. Really cool to see Rick DiPietro get some love. He's 6'1", and they just have not figured out a way to make goaltenders that are under 6'4" viable when it comes to online play. And, you know, that's kind of a sad aspect of it. He's got light work, showstopper, and no timer, 99 speed, all of it, but if you play anyone half decent, you just get picked apart, unfortunately. So, really cool card in terms of the selection, but again, he's 6'1", so you're not really going to be viable. Now, let's discuss the 299. Up first is Nathan MacKinnon. Couple of things here to note. A, they're obviously 99 overall. They've got 4 to every synergy, so 1 more than Team of the Season as well as Team of the Year, which is a little frustrating considering that those cards were the most expensive to make, and now anyone that has made them now has an inferior card. They're 99 across the board in terms of attributes, but Nathan MacKinnon's got Make It Snappy, arguably the best offensive ability in the game, to go with unstoppable force, puck on a string, 1T, edges, and wheels, making this card slightly better than his Team of the Season or Team of the Year card. And that's kind of frustrating given the fact that those cards are always supposed to be the best of that player. Now, the other option is Connor McDavid. Again, 4 to every synergy, gold Make It Snappy. Then he's got Born Leader, Unstoppable Force, all alone, elite edges, and wheels. Again, it's gold Make It Snappy that kind of separates him from that Team of the Season, Team of the Year, plus the 4 to every synergy slot, which is, again, not that impactful. If you've been playing the game for a long time, you probably have almost every synergy you want activated, and he's 99s across the board. Add in another insult to injury. Because Team of the Season and Team of the Year cards don't meet individual abilities, he doesn't go up anymore, and if you take a look at Nathan MacKinnon's Team of the Year card, he's stuck at 90 endurance, so he's worse than that card. Same thing goes for his Team of the Season. And the same thing goes for Connor McDavid's Team of the Year and his Team of the Season. Again, everything's 99 except for his endurance. So kind of frustrating that these cards are 99 everything. Now let's talk about creating these cards. So you will get a 97 overall version of McDavid or MacKinnon if you trade in all of the 87s from this event. Now, to get all of these cards, it would cost you 240 event collectibles, which is extremely expensive expensive, even at this stage of the game, and that only gets you the 97 versions of McKinnon and McDavid. You are still going to have to spend 14 power-up collectibles to get them from 97 to 99. So it's very, very expensive, obviously, for this stage of the game. Now, this is clearly for the brand new players, and this is my issue that I have with these two cards. Giving the option to the player base to getting a 99 Nathan McKinnon and McDavid to the players that just got the game, totally understand that. And it really makes sense. Like I said, the 99s make sense for the draft event, but these could have been 97s among the 8, so if anyone that is new can make 2 of the 97s, as opposed to making them the 2 cards that trade in and they're super powerful. On top of that, to try and make it where you're kind of giving the excuse of, well, technically they're slightly better than Team of the Season or Team of the Year, that's an awful way to run your hardcore player base, because we've been around the whole year and our reward for making those cards is supposed to be the best version of the players that we make for those cards, and that simply isn't the case here. So I get the idea, just don't agree with the execution for the 99 overall version. Now, we did also get NHL drafted player cards ranging from 89 overall all the way up to 96, and some of these cards are really good. Caden Lindstrom here, 6'4", 215, a really good left-handed winger, so if you're a Columbus Blue Jacket or Montreal Canadian fan, more than likely he goes to one of those 2 places. You can get Caden Lindstrom. These will not go up in attributes like they did in prior years if they get picked, unfortunately. I really like the interactive portion of how they did the draft a few years ago, where if a player got picked, then they would go up in value based on where they got picked. The issue here is that they don't have the rights to Macklin Celebrini or any of the US kids or the Russia players as well, and that really takes away from these kind of event cards. But nonetheless, I do like that all these cards did get some love, so if you've got a favorite team that drafts one of these kids, then you can go out and get their pretty high rated overall draft card. Now, there are some pretty lucrative HUT moments to take advantage of, even if you are not taking part in this event. You've got the Shane Wright moments that will net you a 91 overall draft Shane Wright that you can use for all of the objectives that we'll talk about in a second. But as you can see, you've got the Nathan McKinnon ones as well, and all of these will net you a power-up collectible, including the 3 Connor McDavid moments. So you can get 6 free power-up collectibles by just completing these 6 moments, as well as a bunch of draft collectibles, which will help you if you are trying to make the 8 Master Set players at 87 overall to trade in for McKinnon or Connor McDavid. And I want to be clear, if you are someone that doesn't have either McKinnon or McDavid's Team of the Season or Team of the Year card, I would probably make them because they are among the best cards in the game. We've also got a new objective path. Even if you're not going to take part in this event, make sure you score 10 goals in Rivals, because you get an 89 overall Ryder Ritchie that you can then trade in for power-up collectibles. By completing all of these, you will get a few draft collectibles. These aren't going to take you very long. You just need a couple draft players, and again, you can get the 91 Shane Wright for free. That will take you a little bit just because some of those moments are a little difficult, but it will net you a bunch of power-up collectibles as well as a reward for finishing it. Unfortunately, HUT Rush is pretty lame this week in terms of rewards. There's really just NHL draft collectibles in here and various packs, nothing like a guaranteed card, so pretty big L in the HUT Rush rewards. Our ability points also went up to 105, so make sure that you take advantage of that by adding a little bit more ability points to your lineup. And we also got a new 99 Nikita Kucherov as well, so if you are a Team of the Season owner of Kucherov, he did go up even though he didn't win an award last night. That's pretty tough as well for anyone that had a 96 Kucherov, even though he didn't win the Heart. He did win the Art Ross, so they released another Nikita Kucherov at 99 overall. That was pretty tough. And the last thing I want to point out is one of the transaction cards that we've got. This Tyler Myers card is absolutely nasty. 6'8", 229, and they gave him accelerator boost, so 98 acceleration with gold stick 'em up and quick pick and thunderclap. At 6'8", this thing is just lethal. So if you are looking for an end game card here, you can be on the lookout for the transaction Tyler Myers. Let me know what you think of the latest event. I think it kind of was met with a pretty underwhelming finish, with the 299s being cards that a lot of the hardcore player base already. Let me know though, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.